The first edition of my vintage diaper shirt collection is now out, and I am so excited to show you what's in the envelope. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to be going over the vintage diaper shirt collection, the One Piece Wonders editions. I am so excited to finally be releasing this. It's been on pre-order for a while, so if you pre-ordered it, pre-ordering is still available-ish, depending on when you're watching this. That's when you save your spot in line. So that's how we're going to be shipping them in order of pre-orders, like the first one that came is going to be the first one shipped out the door, right? Okay, so what is in this edition of, so I've got a lot of things coming down the pipelines. One of them is my vintage diaper shirt collections. There's been a number of styles that need to be dusted off, and of course, I'm not copying anything. I just want to put that out there. I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, I'm not. I'm just taking the styles, dusting them off, and I am, updating the sizing and putting my own flair on them and a lot of sort of things. So, in this one, this is called the One Piece Wonders because everything in this pattern can be cut out on the fold. Many of them don't even have seams, which is so exciting. It's just a fast thing. If you want a fast 5, 10, 15 minute project, I've got you covered right here, okay? There are so many things. I have my notes because there's just a lot, and there's a lot coming down the pipeline. There's a lot of projects, and I gotta keep my brain somewhere, so I have paper everywhere where I have bits and pieces of my brain. So I feel a little weird having notes on something that I've designed, but that's where we are in life, and that's okay. That's a good spot to be in. So this envelope includes 5 diaper shirts, 2 bonnets, a diaper cover, and 2 bibs. So exciting. Okay, so let's go over them. Let me organize my thoughts. I have done a number of little examples to show y'all. That one didn't quite get buttons down the front, but that's all right. There's a lot that's been going on. It has the 18-inch diaper, 18-inch doll size included. I think that's fun, just to include the 18-inch doll, so I do, because life is supposed to be fun. Anywho, so, all right, let's go over what's inside the envelope, right? I just got the drawing from the artist. Beautiful. I am so grateful that I found this artist way back when. She is just, oh my goodness, everything I give her, I'm just like, here you go, here's my kids, pictures of my kids being a hot mess. Can you make this pretty? She does. All right, so we've got 2 bibs. This is the 18-inch doll version of each of these, but I mean, you can imagine the other sizes are just bigger. So we've got 2 big, we got one that is solid. This one has the machine embroidered edge. You could have done the hand embroidered edge, you could do lace, whatever, you could have lined it. So this is just made by my machine, and I've got a video sewing tutorial that goes over how you can make all of these things. But so the pattern is like just a smooth curve. It doesn't have the scallops. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have the scallops, and it's just sweet. These are things that are so easy. If you're invited to a baby shower, or you just got a sweet baby in your life, you want something fun and simple, or whatever. This is fun, simple, done. 5 minutes, you got yourself a little bib. This one, sorry, the battery on my main camera died, and yeah. So this is the second bib in the collection. It ties around the neckline, around in the neck, not neckline, around the neck, and then it it secures in the back somehow, right? Either you do your buttons. I've got a buttonhole thing here. You could do that. You could do snaps and a button combo. You could do ribbon, but it's so sweet. Isn't that a cute little shape? And it's one piece. It's done. I finished off the edge of this one. So the edge of the bottom edge is from the fabric. Isn't that cool? It's just from the fabric. And then these things are so versatile. There's so many different ways to put them together. I keep calling them sugar cookies because especially this pattern, it's just like you punch it out. It's a one piece, right? One piece wonder. You cut it out in the fold like a sugar cookie cutter. And there's so many different ways to embellish them. They're quick, they're easy. You can't just have one, like so many cool things. They sparkle at you. So with all of these garments, projects, whatever, it's a great way to use up those little bits of lace. This one, I've got a scrap piece of clumpney on here, edging. It's just a fun little thing. So, moving on to the bonnets. First, we've got this bonnet here, and this is just a very simple bonnet. It is gathered in the back. It could have been so many different ways to slice these things, okay? So sugar cookies. I keep saying that. I'm sure I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this video, but there's so many different ways to do this. You could have used a Swiss embroidered flounce. That would have been gorgeous on this thing. And those Swiss embroidered flounces, often they have an edging to them, so like you wouldn't join lace or anything. That would just be the edge of the bonnet. How pretty would that be? This is a simple fabric. It's called like dimity, whatever. It's got a very slight like raised edge to it, like a little cording that's been zigzagged over top of it or something. The other bonnet, I love this one. How sweet is this? So this is the 18-inch doll, but you can imagine the other ones are the same, just bigger. And it joins in the back. This one I actually tacked down on the machine, and then I've got a false button. So there's no buttonhole here. It's just tacked together, and then I put a little button. This is a little heart mother of pearl button. And it's just sweet. Like the shape of it, I love it so much. I love the little like holes. It has such a like just a vintage vibe to it. Now I have one that has not been sewn all together because you know, I've got the back of this like over top the sides, but can you put the sides over top the back? I mean, yeah, it's sewing, you do you. I personally think the back looks a little bit better over the sides, but to each their own. I have this here, I'm showing it to y'all because I wanted you guys to see that I think you can do it either way, but again, I think, I don't know, I prefer the back, the top of it over the sides. I love the little like little holes on them. They're just so sweet. So sweet, and it's so easy. It's just one piece. Finish the edges somehow, or you can line it. You can have it be a line situation and that finishes the edges. It's just easy, it's fun, done. It's just, and I love the shape of it. So let me look at my notes. Diaper shirt 1 is the one with the buttons down the front. Okay, so that's this one here. I've got a couple makes of this one. That's also this. Now the buttons, the bows, I realize are backwards on this. That's one of the things with these being like one pieces, is that if you have directional fabric, you can do it, but one direction is not going to be the same as the other direction since it's all one piece. Does that make sense? So you may not want to do it. If it has a nap to it, or if it has like a direction to the pattern, you may not want to with this sort of thing. But at any rate, I think this is sweet. So this is view 1. It has like a swooped neckline to it, and this one is a lined version of it, and I show how to do that on the sewing tutorial. This one is a not lined version of it, and I should have done the bows so the bows were backwards on the back, but I didn't do that because I don't know why. Oh, you know why? Because I was trying to get the edge right here to be on the front, and I was so like, I'm gonna have that be the edge of the hem, that I was not paying any attention to how the bows were facing. Happens. And then you can see I just put lace around the edging, the edge of like the sleeve, and then that is joined together via a French seam. Has a sweet little box pleat in the back, and it just has, oh, this is still recording. I just heard it make a noise. And it just has this one. I just did one snap. It has 3 button snaps, whatever you want to call them, shown like marked on the pattern, but you can just do one if you want to. It's just, these are fun, these are light, delicate diaper shirts. Gotta love a diaper shirt. I wish these things were around with my little ones. This is another one that has been, actually no, this is view 4, isn't this? No, not view 4. This is view 3 without the facing. JK, it's coming, it's coming. What is view 2? View 2 is this crisscross action. So Everly modeled this one. Isn't this sweet? I love this thing so much. It crisscrosses in the back, which is so adorable, and especially when you have the diaper covers on here, like the little bloomer situation and all the ruffles. It is such a sweet thing. Spring is coming, summer is coming. Girl, she was a trooper because it was a little bit chilly, so we put the two girls down and we were like, and then we scoot them back up and we put them in real close again. But they were troopers. It is still very much winter time here in the mountains. But anyway, and you can put like the bow here, you could have buttons here, you could have, I mean, just the embroidery work you could have. I've done this out of some eyelet, which is really sweet. I've done the piping around it. It's a fun thing, right? So fun. One button or snap or whatever on each side, and then they crisscross. So sweet. I have it so the neckline is a smidgen like lowered, so it doesn't like, you know, too tight or anything like that. It's gonna be great for summertime or springtime, depending on where you live, or winter if you're in Florida or whatever. Anyway, so what's next? Diaper shirt view 3. So diaper shirt view 3 is this one here with the facing. And this particular model did not get buttons. You can see I have the buttonholes that were in progress and they just didn't get done. So the world is still turning. It's okay. But it's got a facing on it, and then it's got this little like swoop to the neckline. And it also on the pattern, there's a couple different ways to do this, okay? So you can do like an unlined situation, and you can have it so the shoulder, it's just a sweet little detail. Yes, it's more work, but it's a sweet little detail. So the shoulder can snap or button together. I've got this so it buttons. It's just sweet. Now though, you could take this and instead of it having the facing down the front, you could have it so you just don't do the facing, so you won't have this on the back, and you could just continue the lace down here, right? And it could still be unlined. You just do the lace all the way around. It's all the raw edges are enclosed, and you've got a lace down the front. Also though, but wait, there's more. You could take it and omit the facing altogether, not do the lace thing, and have it lined. Now this, I just had this scrap piece of fabric, but I think it's really sweet. It's got a pink dotted Swiss to it. It's a great way to use your scraps, okay? I use so many scraps in these things. Such a great, I'm like clearing out my bins, which is awesome. And then I put this like lime green on the back, but it's like a soft lime, and I wouldn't have done this, but I just had both of them as scraps, so I was like, well, why not? It's lined, it's like completely done except for closing this gap right here. You do that by hand or top stitch it on your machine, whatever you like, and otherwise it's all machine stitch. I mean, you can do this in like 5 minutes. It's maybe 10. It's such an easy thing to do. Put whatever snaps or buttons down the center. Done. So moving on to view 4. View 4 is the one with tucks. So sweet. That's another view 3. Yeah, so this is a view 3 without the facing, as I was talking about with the lace down the front. This is like an example of that. So there's the lace, it just curves around and it's done. I omitted the buttons, which is marked on the pattern, to omit the buttonhole thing, and it's just sewn together, which makes it even easier. And then I put this sweet little like butterfly motif on it, already done. Like I didn't make the butterfly motif, bought it as is, done. So sweet, such a great fast project, but it still looks darling, you know, it still looks like there's some effort, time and effort into that. So it's kind of like get your cake and eat it too, right? So view 4 has these tucks. I think they're so sweet, very much a vintage vibe. It has the facing down, the whole curvature, so like it kind of like flares out at the sides. Let me hang this up. Isn't that cool? It kind of like, this works better on a body, but it kind of like flares out at the sides, has a little box plate in the back. And yeah, you can finish the edges with lace, fabric bias band, trim, same thing with all the rest of them. Just sweet. So last but certainly not least, oh, this one. This is like my favorite. Okay, so I don't know if I should say my favorite. Yeah, it's like my favorite. Okay. This one is so fun. Do you see that circle skirt? Oh, love me a good circle skirt. So this is the one that Daisy wore, and we have it so that the opening is in the back. Again, a great spring summer combo. But the vintage pattern that I got this from, got like the inspiration from, got the idea from, it shows it opening in the back or the front, so it's kind of like dealer's choice. And I think that'd be really sweet too, if you can imagine a little one in that and it's opening in the front. They've got sweet little diapers, you know, diaper covers on them. That would be so adorable. And you have like the little belly and the little belly button poking out. So sweet, so sweet. But we did it so she was in, so the, you know, the clothes part was in the front for her, and it's just a sweet little thing. Here's an 18-inch doll version of it, and then it has these little straps that go on. Now the vintage, talk about options, the vintage pattern shows the straps going on top as well as it can be on the bottom, so it's another like option for you. I prefer them on top, which is why I did that, but to each their own. It is sewing, you do you. But how cool is that shape? And it's just like a very cool like swing looking thing. I've got piping on this one all the way around, and then this one has entree with lace, and that is really sweet too. Alright, so that's the collection. It comes with a ton of embroidery motifs, and is there anything else I want to say about it? I'm just excited that it's finally out. Go check it out, link them down in the description below. I appreciate everyone's patience with this. If you have any questions, of course, put them down in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.